Hey, well, hello, my Starseeds. Thank you for being here. Thank you. This is for Libra. And of course, you guys know that this is the past life series, okay? But I do want to bring something up. Excuse me. I hope that Libra, you're here because you've already viewed the past life intro video regarding this reading. Um, I don't want anyone having the wrong perception about the readings. Okay, so if you haven't viewed the video intro, please do so before watching this one. Okay, it does have some important information in there. The other thing is that right before we start, I want to remind you. Let me center this. I like it when it's centered. I want to remind you that with this reading, with this series here, you need to have a question about your current life, the now. And you need to say it out loud due to vibrations. If you cannot say it out loud, then please say it silently and focus on it. Repeat it 3 times, but focus on the question regarding the now. Okay? This lifetime, your current lifetime. All right? And we'll go into that right now. So, letting you know that these lifetimes do not go in any order at all. It is for you to connect the dots. Okay? So, here we go. Let's first put your beautiful card. This is yours, Libra. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I think it's lovely. I really do. I think it's lovely. Now, excuse my arm if it's in the way. Sorry. So let's go ahead and hopefully you've already asked your question out loud for the vibrations to go through. Okay? So here we go. I'll be able to remove my gloves. The reason I wear the gloves is because I don't want to transfer my energies onto your oracles or any other deck when shuffling. Okay, so that's the reason why. But I'll be taking them off because I'm done with the shuffling. And I like that. Okay. So here we go, Libra. You have, it's very interesting, especially the center card, or the center oracle, rather. The karmic, the first one you have is I'm trying to make sure that there's no, well, here we go, that there's no bright light on it. The lighting here sucks. But this is karmic relationships. Your next one is knighthood, which I find very interesting. Very interesting. And your last one is phobias. Now, keep in mind that the oracles are just simple, plain and simple, letting you know exactly what they're going to be focusing on. So, just giving you the messages is what it's related to, okay? So let's start with the karmic relationship because right now, Libra, we are all in a karmic cycle. So everyone is going to be experiencing some kind of karmic experience, just experience. You'll be you'll realize it after a while that it is a karmic situation, okay? So in this case, regarding your karmic relationship, I want to remind you that, Libra, you don't want to be stuck, feeling stuck. So, and there are energies that make you feel stuck, okay? Now, this oracle indicates that one or more of the people in your life right now are from a previous lifetime or previous lifetimes, okay? And that you both ended your relationships with karmic imbalances in those lifetimes. So it means that one or both of you are harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released, okay? And stressing released. Because when this occurs, you'll be able to set yourself free from recurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. And if this is affecting you in the now, that's something that you need to take care of, okay? Or it's going to continue from one lifetime to another. And you really don't want that. That's a pattern, okay? Now, in some cases, of course, the oracle will come up when there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life, okay? So maybe you have finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or some of you are in a new relationship or a new friendship is bringing you great joy at this time. You know, with healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity, okay? You'll feel comfortable with the individual. You'll also feel as if, wow, have I met this person? I've met this person somewhere before. Okay? Now, you received this oracle in answer to a question or concern, all right, that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you know, you can appeal to your creator, always, as I say, to your creator or your angels, okay, for help in releasing any old, or as I said before, like stuck energies or even stuck emotions that you don't want around you, that you notice has developed into a pattern of having a relationship, not having a relationship, having a relationship, not having a relationship, like a ping pong ball, you know? Well, and you can also be guided to work with I always recommend, and I'm not a physician, but I always recommend a specialist in past life regression, even though it sounds like you may not find someone under that particular profession. They are available, okay? And if you have a relationship right now, you know, like let's say you're in marriage with commitment or whatever, I highly recommend the past life regression and relationship healing, because this way you will both be able to realize what has been happening in your past lifetimes that you can be able to correct in the now, because you're both having a different type of karmic, of course. We all do. So to correct any kind of pattern in the now, if this is affecting you in the present current time, then I do highly recommend that. Okay, I mean, because it's helpful. It's helpful. Okay, and you gain so much from it. You know, so you both will if you already are in a relationship. But remember, it is a karmic relationship. Okay. Now, going to your next oracle, which, like I said, I find this really very, very interesting, this knighthood. Just remember, it says knighthood, okay? Because your LIBRA, you're covering it. But within the knighthood, this here indicates actually it indicates a form of validation for you, Libra, okay? But this is a past lifetime that has some form of validation. Now, you know the old adage, once a night, always a night. You know, take that. That's what I say whenever I see this one here, that oracle. Well, you received this message or oracle as a validation of your inner knighthood. Inner knighthood. Keep that in mind. Whether you're a man or woman in this particular life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. And most likely, you've had a fascination with tales or stories and images of knights, or during that era. You may, some of you may collect knight figurines or decorate with a knight related artwork, as in swords, perhaps, or even the helmet or the costume itself. And some of you may even uh, dress up as a knight during a costume party or costume parties. Okay, so in relationships, which is touching right here, in relationships and careers, you're drawn to defend those who are weak or vulnerable, Libra. That's what you are probably like at this time. And you may choose a profession, that puts you into a guardian or protector role. Okay? And remember, guardian and protector role could be many things, including, like a security guard, a nurse, a doctor, someone that takes care of others. All right? So the thing here, Libra, is that it's essential, it really is essential, that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. Because if you don't, you're not going to be happy, okay? You need to find organizations that you fully believe in. Because as a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you're not happy. You're not happy. Okay? So this is a form of validation of your inner knighthood. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. A very interesting lifetime as well. And fascinating, because I love this era. Now we come over to your third oracle, which is phobias. Now, excuse me, don't elaborate on this just because it says phobias, okay? Because this is the bottom line for this is your awareness. Your awareness, as in the now, your awareness, okay, in this current life. But in that life, this is where the phobias began, okay. Now this oracle is actually coming to you compassionately. Can you see how compassionate she's pleading? Compassionately, okay? And it's here because it's here to help you connect the dots between your current life phobias and your past times, your past lifetimes phobia. Now, often consciously remembering the past life source of your anxieties is enough to release their grip on you, okay? Because that's where the anxieties come from. All right? There are exercises for you to control or minimize that anxiety. Okay? I can't tell you those right now because it would take too long. But there are forms of releasing those anxieties. Okay? So the situation you're probably inquiring about has its basis in underlying fears or phobias. Now these fears are energy blocks, okay? You do understand that whenever you bring in fear, you block yourself from everything and anything. And they slowly start prohibiting results in that you desire. So phobias have to do with the impulse to have complete mastery over situations, as in control, that are out of your control. When things are out of your control, let it go. You cannot control that situation. Things that you can control and take care of with kindness and love, that's different. The fact that there might be an impulse to have like complete mastery over your situations, like control. They also bring up many trust issues because the controlling situation is a trust issue. Okay, so your higher self, and unconscious mind know the original source of any phobias that you may have manifested, because phobias, you know that we manifest them, okay? And the thing is that we expand them. We make them bigger and bigger and bigger instead of letting go. Now, you can cover or uncover rather the origins of these phobias through a past life regression. Again, I recommend, like I said, past life regression therapists. They're not that hard to find, or even through dream work. If you've never done dream work, get into it. Okay. Like, try this, for instance. This goes along with the dream work. This is just an example. As you're falling asleep, because believe me, this all has to do with awareness. As you're falling asleep, just ask your higher self to give you information that you'll remember when waking, that might be related to the phobia, or that is related to the phobia. Okay? By directly confronting your fears, you can lessen their hold on your unconscious. So again, excuse me, it's all about awareness. Awareness. And this is like a big wow to me. This is like a big wow, Libra. Okay? I mean, wow, wow, wow. It's something else. I'm sorry if there's reflection on here. The light here sucks. So just bear with me. I had to change it because it gets hot. These bulbs. Okay, so this is the twist to your past lifetimes. I went ahead and I decided to use a different system for the now, for what is current, what you need to know at the current time. So I'm using my Under the Roses, which I usually use. Oh, excuse me, it's early in the morning and my throat just takes over. Which I normally use only for reading relationships, anything dealing with relationships. So, although I use it for relationships, I do use it for any other, situation. It's just that I like using it because I love these cards for relationships. It has a beautiful rose in front of it, and it just reminds me of loving relationships. So that's why I use it. So anyway, I went ahead and I shuffled yours so I wouldn't transfer my energies. And this is what came out. So you have the bear, the mountain, and the gentleman. So right off the bat, this will resonate with some and not with all on these three cards. Libra, right off the bat, you know that this has something to do with a male energy. Male energy. Okay. Sorry about the lighting. It's just getting on my nerves over here. Where is it going? I mean, it's a lamp, you know what I'm saying? I mean, please. Okay, so let's start off with the bear. I'm letting you know now, just because this is what I see on here. Many of you are gaining weight, so you need to reduce the sweets. If you're very, if you find that you're addicted to sweets, you need to reduce that. Okay. You also need to drink a lot of water because you're dehydrating your organs. So please drink a lot of water. This is just a recommendation, but like I said, I'm not a doctor or whatever. But if you do the gallon of water a day for 4 days, it's really recommended for 7. But if you do it for 4 days, the gallon a day, and it has to be per day, you're going to release a lot of shit out of your system, okay? Including weight loss. So keep that in mind. Some of you also are now at this time having a cash flow. All right? You guys are relatively very strong, Libra. You're very strong physically. You're strong, but get off of those sweets, man. But you do have a this is an indication that Libra, that you have a sort of possessive and controlling, and sometimes overbearing attitude or personality. Okay, some of you do have a what I would call an eating disorder. Okay, even though you appear to so many people that you are well built and strong, because you are strong. Okay, but gotta control that weight situation, you know. Now, this will resonate with someone with all this I was saying, but this is the card of cash flow. You guys will be receiving some kind of cash, or your finances are going to increase or flow much better than it did before, or it has been. Okay, because the mountain is right here, so this is an indication that there's obstruction. Something is preventing it from going any further. So this is again regarding your personal finance. Okay, your personal finances. So keep that in mind. I mean, this is now, as I'm looking at it, also, if some of you might be dealing with your boss. Now, your boss might seem, of course, possessive or controlling, but they have a very soft heart. But so do you, Libra. So do you. You try to put a front all the time, Libra, like the bear, you know, slightly intimidating, controlling, powerful, whatever. But you have a very soft heart, and when you get hurt, even though you hold it deeply, there are times that it will just come out like the cry of a baby. So that's you, Libra. That's you. Now, going into the mountain, this is interesting because, like I said, the mountain usually represents, you know, the obstacle part, or blockage, you know, blockage. So this blockage of your flow of money, all of a sudden, you'll see that it's not flowing like it should, or something is happening to the financial aspect that you were having, that was so great before. It was just so great before, and now there's a blockage on it, or a barrier. You know, and if some of you are into a very complicated task that you need to complete. But the thing here is that there's no cooperation. There seems to be no cooperation. If you're dealing right now with a boss, and you're talking to a boss regarding your money, there seems to be no cooperation. There's just no cooperation in between that. That you might be dealing with the boss might be at a distance, or it might be a male at a distance that you're dealing with, because you're got a male energy here. And the male energy, if you notice, is facing away from this, trying to avoid the barrier or obstacle. Okay? This is also, Libra, you need to stop procrastinating, because a lot of you are procrastinating. Again, this will resonate with some and not with all. But this here is procrastination. Again, some of you are, not again, but because there's a peak here, many of you are suffering from headaches, okay? From headaches here. Again, get to that frickin' water, as I was telling you, okay? Because those headaches will reduce, okay? They will when you start drinking, because your body's dehydrated. You need that oxygen in your body, and you don't have sufficient oxygen in your body. This is also an indication that, okay, when I was saying before, there is procrastination here, Libra, so you got to take care of that. But with this here, there's some kind of lack of communication with perhaps your boss, but again, with the male energy. This here is completely distant. Completely distant. So if you're dealing with a male energy, this male energy is avoiding this whole chaotic situation, okay, and decisions, and walking away from it, whether it's temporary or permanently, but they're walking away from it. They don't want anything to do with it. They're saying, like, it's your problem, your issue, not mine. You take care of it. Because in between here, there has been setbacks, especially here in the financial area. There has been setbacks and some form of cancellation. There may have been a commitment that you were getting ready to do, or something, or one or the other, or even the male energy, and all of a sudden there was a cancellation, and you're wondering, like, what the fuck? Okay. All right. This is also an indication. Some of you, many of you rather, live in a humid climate, where there's a humid climate, and wow, it reminds me of the UK. Like a little bit dark and cold, but humid. So it just reminds me of the UK. But that's the only thing that came to mind. I saw the streets of the night streets of UK when I'm looking at this. But with the fog, that kind of thing. So that's what I saw when I saw this. But again, also, Libra, expect delays. If you haven't had those already, expect them, because that's exactly what's going to be happening here. And I mean delays in just about every area. Get off of the procrastination bullshit, okay? This is here owned or ruled by Saturn, and it deals with Capricorn. So you may be, at the current time, dealing with someone that's a Capricorn, Okay. This here, it's ruled by Jupiter. It's a neutral card and it deals with Jupiter. And it's under Taurus. So you may be dealing also with a Taurus, a stubborn individual sometimes, but very down to earth individual. Okay, but you might be dealing with that right now. Those are the signs you might be dealing with. You know, Taurus and Capricorn. All right. Now, this is the male energy. Now, listen carefully because I don't want everyone to get the wrong idea. When I am referring to the male energy, because this one is facing away, not facing you, and your card did not come out. In other words, we have a feminine and masculine representation. Here we have the masculine and it's facing away and not towards anything here regarding here. Remember, a lot of this has to do with your money flow, personal financial situation. Stop procrastinating. Drink a lot of water. Well, this male image here, or energy rather, could be a father, husband, lover, son, or brother, okay? Or a male acquaintance, or even what you might consider a partner or soulmate. Or it could be, again, a stranger coming into your life at this time. But I doubt it's somebody that's coming into your life at this time because it's facing away from this issue. This is an important person in your life, a significant individual in your life. This is the sun, represents the sun, or it's ruled by the sun, and it's only a masculine symbol or energy. Okay? This individual is very much like, they might be younger than you are. Even though I'm saying that it could be father, husband, lover, son, or brother, okay? But it seems like there's some immaturity or maturity is lacking here, okay? So this is a person that's like very much actually like a leader, like a let me take charge. Let's take charge, or not a complete controller, but I'm just saying they actually take charge of, let's say, their health attitude, or other situations. But they take care of those things on their own, but by themselves, not with somebody else. It's, as a single person, as an individual, not single, as an individual. But again, it can be father, husband, lover, son, or brother. Okay? But only you know, Libra. Only you. So please, these are, wow, right in the middle too. This is you right here, right in the middle. And there's a little bit of confusion due to the cloud formation here. It's a little bit of confusion there. More so in this direction than there is in this direction. You have more clarity, or things are getting clear in this area than they are in this area. Wow, Libra. Cool reading. Thank you for allowing me to entertain you for a short period of time, Libra. Love you guys. Woo. Namaste.